Which between
Prime Minister Narendra Modi launches Atmanirbhar Uttar Pradesh Rozgar Abhiyan for migrant workers. 1.25 crore people will benefit. Clusters of industries will be made. Prime Minister lauds Uttar Pradesh CM for effective management of COVID-19 pandemic. One CRPF personnel martyred, one injured and a civilian also killed in terrorist attack in Jammu and Kashmir's Bijbehara. Injured CRPF personnel shifted to Srinagar base camp for treatment, while 3 terrorists gunned down in Sheva Ular village of Jammu Kashmir's Tral district. Supreme Court approves cancellation of remaining 10th and 12th board CBSE exams, allows CBSE to proceed on assessment plan. CBSE issues advisory on the same, will announce 10th and 12th board exam results by July 15. Serological survey to determine spread of coronavirus in Delhi will begin from tomorrow, covering 20,000 people. The survey helps in comprehensive assessment of the spread of infection in the capital and will help draw up a comprehensive strategy. India's recovery rate improves to over 58.24% with 2.85 lakh recoveries. Active cases across 1.89 lakh with 15,301 fatalities. Around 14,000 COVID-19 patients have been cured in last 24 hours. And complete lockdown in Guwahati from Sunday midnight. And global corona cases rise to over 96 lakh with over 4.89 lakh deaths world over. US records one-day highest COVID-19 cases on Thursday. Namaskar and welcome all of you in Doordarshan News Live. I am Kiran Jha and presenting the top stories of today. Prime Minister Narendra Modi today launched the unique and path-breaking initiative scheme of Atmanirbhar Uttar Pradesh Rozgar Yojana. The aim is to provide employment to each and every migrant worker who lost his or her job during the COVID-19 pandemic. In his address at the launch ceremony, Prime Minister Modi commended Uttar Pradesh for better management of COVID-19 pandemic. He said that the way Uttar Pradesh has handled the situation is unprecedented and praiseworthy. He added that this is an example of transforming crisis into opportunity and hope that other states will come up with such schemes too.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi launched the Atmanirbhar Uttar Pradesh Rozgar Abhiyan on Friday. He said this initiative is a qualitative and quantitative advancement of Garib Kalyan Rozgar Abhiyan that was launched on June 20.
केंद्र सरकार की योजना को योगी जी की सरकार ने क्वालिटेटिव गुणात्मक और क्वांटिटेटिव संख्यात्मक दोनों ही तरीके से विस्तार दे दिया है। यूपी सरकार ने न सिर्फ इसमें अनेक नई योजनाएं जोड़ी हैं, लाभार्थियों की संख्या बढ़ाई है, बल्कि इसे आत्मनिर्भर भारत के लक्ष्य के साथ भी पूरी तरह जोड़ दिया है, क्लब कर दिया है। और आपने सुना होगा, मैं हमेशा कहता हूं डबल इंजन। मैं जिस डबल इंजन की बात हमेशा करता हूं, ये प्रयास आत्मनिर्भर उत्तर प्रदेश रोजगार अभियान इसका बहुत उत्तम उदाहरण है।
This initiative will provide employment to 1.25 crore workers. It will cover 31 districts of Uttar Pradesh. This Abhiyan focuses on creating employment for migrant workers, promoting local entrepreneurship to create more jobs, creating partnership with industrial associations to provide employment opportunities. In Uttar Pradesh, nearly 30 lakh migrant workers have returned during COVID pandemic. Skill mapping of 30.47 lakh workers has been done. Prime Minister Narendra Modi said Uttar Pradesh has shown the world the strength of the state in fighting the coronavirus pandemic. He said Uttar Pradesh has shown courage, wisdom and has succeeded and tackled corona by handling the situation. It is unprecedented and praiseworthy.
जितने लोग इंग्लैंड, फ्रांस, इटली और स्पेन इन 4 देशों में रहते हैं, उतने ही लोग हमारे उत्तर प्रदेश में रहते हैं। लेकिन कोरोना में इन 4 देशों में मिलाकर उनकी जनसंख्या उत्तर प्रदेश जितनी है, इन 4 देशों में मिलाकर के 1,30,000 लोगों की मौत हो चुकी है। 1,30,000, जबकि उतनी ही जनसंख्या वाला हमारा उत्तर प्रदेश 600 लोगों की जान गई है। कम से कम 85,000 लोगों का जीवन बचाने में वो कामयाब हुई है। आज अगर हम अपने नागरिकों का जीवन बचा पा रहे हैं तो ये भी अपने आप में एक संतोष का विषय है और देश का आत्मविश्वास भी उसके कारण बढ़ता है।
PM highlighted the achievements of Uttar Pradesh government and said that the state has done unprecedented work in social welfare. In the last 3 years, UP has constructed more than 30 lakh Pakka houses. UP is an open defecation-free state. 3 lakh government jobs have been provided to the youth of Uttar Pradesh. Rupees 5,000 crore has been transferred into the accounts of 3.25 crore women Jan Dhan beneficiaries of Uttar Pradesh. Maternal mortality rate has declined by 30% in the last 3 years in UP. Number of patients of acute encephalitis syndrome has reduced and death rate has come down by 90%. UP has focused on building infrastructure. UP's Kushinagar airport will now provide international connectivity which will boost jobs and Budh circuit. One district, one product is boosting rural economy of UP.
आज उत्तर प्रदेश में शांति है, कानून का राज कायम हो रहा है। यही कारण है कि उत्तर प्रदेश पर पूरी दुनिया के निवेशकों, इन्वेस्टर्स को अब उत्तर प्रदेश भाने लगा है, उनकी नजर है वहां। सरकार देशी और विदेशी निवेश को आकर्षित करने के लिए जो भी कदम उठा रही है, उसका बहुत बड़ा लाभ यूपी उठा रहा है। और देखिए, आज भी जब अन्य राज्य कोरोना से लड़ाई में जूझ रहे हैं, यूपी ने अपने विकास के लिए इतनी बड़ी योजना शुरू कर दी है। एक प्रकार से आपदा से बने हर अवसर को यूपी सरकार साकार कर रही है।
The centre announced the Atmanirbhar Bharat package to stimulate various sectors. In order to generate employment with a thrust towards creating infrastructure in backward regions of the country, Garib Kalyan Rozgar Abhiyan was launched on June 20. The Uttar Pradesh government envisaged a unique initiative, Atmanirbhar Uttar Pradesh Rozgar Abhiyan, which dovetails programs of the centre and the state governments while creating partnerships with industry and other organizations. Newsnight Desk, DD News.
And on this occasion, Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath said that under the leadership of Prime Minister Modi, employment is being given to all migrant workers of the state who returned home during the lockdown.
आत्मनिर्भर भारत के अंतर्गत आदरणीय प्रधानमंत्री जी ने अनलॉक की कार्रवाई के बाद जो मार्गदर्शन पूरे देश को दिया, उसके अंतर्गत आज उत्तर प्रदेश में सफलतापूर्वक इतने बड़े पैमाने पर रोजगार, सेवायोजन और स्वतः रोजगार के कार्यक्रम को आगे बढ़ाया जा रहा है। होम क्वारंटीन का कार्यक्रम सफलतापूर्वक संपन्न होने के बाद बचे हुए जो कामगार और श्रमिक हैं, इनके लिए पर्याप्त मात्रा में रोजगार सृजन की आपके मार्गदर्शन में सभी संभावनाएं प्रदेश में मौजूद हैं।
Prime Minister Modi also interacted with other villagers, including with Nagendra Singh from district Gorakhpur, Deepu from Jalan district, who was previously working in Hyderabad, and 2 small entrepreneurs from Sant Kabir Nagar district. These entrepreneurs have generated employment for returnees in industries like hosiery and bakery and have plans to expand further.
अहमदाबाद से निकले कैसे आप?
ट्रेन से सर।
अच्छा, ये जो श्रमिक ट्रेन था उससे आ गए?
जी सर।
अच्छा, तो अब क्या मन करता है यहाँ?
यहाँ सर हम ईपी बड़ौदा ईपी बैंक से हमने लोन लिया है सर।
लोन लिया है आकर के?
जी सर।
किस
रोजगार के लिए,
किस चीज के लिए लोन लिया?
डेयरी खोलने के लिए।
और वहाँ अहमदाबाद में कितना कमाते थे?
वहाँ तो सर वही पड़ जाता था 8,000 7,000।
तो आप गांव में आए, भैंस लाए और ज्यादा कमाने लग गए, तो आपको तो कोरोना फायदे में गया
जी सर।
है। आपने आपत्ति को अवसर में पलट दिया।
जालौन से बोल रहा हूँ दीपू।
हाँ, जालान से बोल रहे हैं। क्या कर रहे हैं दीपू जी?
इंसुलेशन का काम करते थे सर।
तो आगे कैसे, फिर आगे का क्या किया?
और लॉकडाउन लग गया इसलिए सर गांव घर पर आ गया।
और अभी यहाँ क्या कर रहे हैं?
और बुंदेलखंड एक्सप्रेस में काम कर रहा हूँ सर।
अच्छा, जो बुंदेलखंड एक्सप्रेस वे जो है ना, ये एक प्रकार से इस पूरे इलाके का भाग्य बदलने वाला है।
जिला संत कबीर नगर का मैं एक अस्थायी निवासी हूं सर, और मुझे ओडीओपी के योजना के अंतर्गत मुझे 11 लाख रुपए का लोन स्वीकृत हुआ है।
तो फिर आपको आश्चर्य हुआ होगा, 11 लाख इतना बड़ा पैसा कैसे आ गया और क्या करेंगे, कैसा रहेगा?
आश्चर्य हुआ, कब ऑनलाइन हुआ, कब मेरे खाते में आ गया, और इतना बड़ा मतलब मैं उद्योग को विस्तार कर दिया, बड़ा कर लिया।
अभी क्या कर लिया आपने?
4 बाहर से आए थे कामगार लोग, उनको मैं अपने किए रख लिया हूँ। काम
अच्छा,
कराते 3 पहले के थे, 1 हमारे घर के हैं।
चलिए, आपका ये जो स्वरोजगार और उद्यमशीलता को मैं बहुत बधाई देता हूँ। क्या कर रहे हैं अभी?
जी सर, वही बेकरी का विस्तार कर रहे हैं। प्रधानमंत्री रोजगार योजना के अंतर्गत जो लाभ मिला मुझको, उससे बेकरी विस्तार कर रहे हैं। और उसके बाद जो उनमें लेबरों कामगारों की आवश्यकता है वो साफ भर रहे हैं।
आपका कारोबार बढ़ रहा है कि बस सेवा भाव से ही सबको काम दे रहे हो?
साथ कारोबार भी बढ़ रहा है, सेवा भाव भी हो रहा है।
मेरी आप सबको बहुत शुभकामना है भैया। आपका स्वास्थ्य जरूर संभालिए, और मेहनत से जिंदगी बहुत कुछ आगे बढ़ सकती है, ये आप सबने करके दिखाया।
And that was a conversation with some of the business people there at the area. In Jammu and Kashmir, a CRPF personnel was martyred when militants opened fire at a security forces party in Anantnag district of Jammu and Kashmir today. One civilian boy from Yajipur also sustained bullet injury and breathed his last. Militants fired at a road opening party of 90 Battalion CRPF near the Padshahi Bagh bridge in Bijbehara area of South Kashmir district. A police official said that the security forces have cordoned the area and a hunt has been launched to nab the attackers. 3 terrorists have also been gunned down during encounter in Sheva Ullar village in Jammu Kashmir's Tral district. 2 AK-47 rifles were recovered from the encounter site. The security forces launched a cordon and search operations in Sheva Ullar area of Tral in South Kashmir district on Thursday, following information about the presence of militants over there. The search operation turned into an encounter after the militants opened fire at a search party of the forces who retaliated. The forces maintained a tight cordon throughout the night to prevent the militants from escaping. In Jammu and Kashmir, at least 5 persons, including 2 minors, were killed in a road accident that took place in Ragi Nala area of Doda district of Jammu division today. The accident occurred when a car in which they were travelling skidded off the road and plunged into the deep gorge. The ill-fated vehicle was on its way from Gool to Thatri and the bodies have been retrieved from the gorge. In another accident that took place yesterday in Kishtwar district of Jammu division, 6 members of a family are feared drowned in Buddha Nala near Gad area of Kishtwar district. The accident occurred when a car in which the family was travelling skidded off the road and rolled down in Buddha Nala. And despite immediate rescue operations, no body has been fished out. Now moving on to the next story, the Supreme Court today approved the Central Board of Secondary Education notification to cancel the class 10th and 12th exams scheduled from 1st to 15th of July. Assessment of the performance of students in the cancelled examination will be done based on the assessment scheme suggested by competent committee of the CBSE for declaration of result for both class 10th and class 12th. Results will be declared by July 15 so that candidates can apply and seek admission in higher education institutions. For class 12th, CBSE will conduct an optional examination in the subjects whose examinations were scheduled to be conducted from July 1st to 15 as soon as conditions are conducive, as assessed and decided by the central government. Candidates whose results will be declared based on the assessment scheme will be allowed to appear in these optional examinations to improve their performance if they wish so. However, the marks obtained by a candidate in these optional examinations will be treated as final for those who have opted to take the 10th examination. Meanwhile, ICSE in principle has agreed to issue similar notification as given in their affidavit. It may consider conducting the optional exams for class 10th as well. And assessment scheme of ICSE will be notified on its website within 1 week. Union Human Resource Development Minister Ramesh Pokhriyal has thanked the Supreme Court for accepting the notification of not holding the CBSE examinations of class 12th from 1st of July to 15th of July.
जो परिस्थितियाँ वर्तमान में बनी हुई हैं वो कदाचित ऐसी नहीं थी कि ये परीक्षाएं हो सकती थी और इसलिए मैं सुप्रीम कोर्ट का मैं आभारी हूँ कि उन्होंने सीबीएसई की उस प्रस्ताव को सहमति दी जिसमें जो बची हुई परीक्षाएं हैं उन सभी परीक्षाओं को रद्द कर दिया गया.
The Supreme Court has decided to hear on June 29th the pleas by foreign nationals who have challenged the government orders that blacklisted around 2,500 citizens from 35 countries from travelling to India for alleged involvement in Tablighi Jamaat activities. A bench comprising Justices A.M. Khanwilkar and Dinesh Maheshwari asked the counsel appearing for the petitioners to serve copies of the pleas to the centre. 4 petitions have been filed by 34 individuals, including a Thai national who is 7 months pregnant, challenging the centre's orders on April 2nd and June 4th, by which over 2,500 foreign nationals who are currently in India were blacklisted. And now move to the other development. CBI conducted raids on the Delhi and Noida residence and office of the Mausoleum owner Deepak Puri and Ratul Puri, who are accused in the nearly 787.25 crore rupees Punjab National Bank scam. And Ratul and Deepak Puri are relatives of former Madhya Pradesh Chief Minister Kamal Nath. Ratul Puri has already been arrested by Enforcement Directorate and the Augusta Westland scam. What is special about the raids is that the CBI has worn PPE kits as a preventive measure against COVID-19. Indo-Tibetan Border Police Chief S.S. Deshwal visited the newly created COVID-19 care facility here with over 10,000 beds and reviewed its preparedness. The large Radhaswamy Byas establishment in Chhatarpur area of National Capital Delhi, as per the official, will have 2 segments. A COVID care center where asymptomatic positive cases will be treated and a dedicated COVID health care center. The CCC will have 90% beds, while DCHC will have 10% beds, and the later segment will have also an oxygen support system. The border guarding force had taken over the center on Wednesday after being directed by the Union Home Ministry to act as the nodal agency. DG of ITBP interacted with a team of doctors and paramedics who would man the facility and was updated about the medical and administrative protocols to be allowed and followed at the facility. A team of over 1,000 doctors, nurses and paramedic staff of the ITBP and other paramilitary forces have been earmarked to work at the facility. 1,000 more ancillary and security staff will be deployed at the facility to enable it to operate smoothly. The center will also have 75 ambulances.
For patient management and treatment of this complete camp, ITBP को लंबा एक्सपीरियंस है। पहले हमने क्वारंटीन सेंटर बनाया था छावला में। हमारा पिछले 3 महीने से 200 बेड का हॉस्पिटल नोएडा में है, जो सारे के सारे पुलिस फोर्सेस जितने भी एनसीआर में हैं सब के लिए अवेलेबल है। हमारी जो मेडिकल ऑफिसर्स की टीम है, डॉक्टर्स की, नर्सिंग स्टाफ की और पैरामेडिक्स की, वो वेल ट्रेन टीम है और इस कैंप को भी बहुत ही अच्छे तरीके से चलाएंगे ताकि अपने शहर के या देश के नागरिक इस कोरोना के टाइम में अच्छी ट्रीटमेंट प्राप्त करें।
The greeted preemptive and proactive steps taken by Government of India along with the states and union territories for prevention and containment and management of COVID-19 are showing encouraging results. The recovered cases have exceeded to the active cases by 96,173 and during the last 24 hours a total of 13,940 COVID-19 patients have been cured, taking the cumulative figure to 2,85,636. This has led to the recovery rate touching 58.24% amongst COVID-19 patients. Presently, there are 1,89,463 active cases and all are under active medical supervisions. In the quest, they expand of COVID-19 testing labs network across the country. ICMR has included and inducted 11 new labs in the last 24 hours. India now has 1,016 diagnostic labs dedicated to COVID-19. This includes 737 in the government sector and 279 private labs. The numbers of samples tested every day continues to steadily grow. During the past 24 hours, 2,15,446 tests have been conducted in the labs. The total number of samples tested as on date is 77,76,228. And to adapt a comprehensive policy for Delhi, the government will conduct random serological test of 20,000 people starting from tomorrow till July 10th. Serological survey will be conducted in all districts of Delhi in which sample testing will be conducted spanning all sections and ages, and it will be in helping in comprehensive assessment of the spread of infection and will also help to draw up a comprehensive strategy. A sero survey includes and involves testing of blood serum from a group of individuals. It is a community-based sero survey to estimate the prevalence of COVID-19 infection in population. The survey was started by ICMR during May in collaboration with the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, National Center for Disease Control, State Health Departments and WHO. Home Minister Amit Shah has reviewed implementation of various decisions on COVID in Delhi, which was taken on June 21st. The meeting in this regard was attended by a member of Niti Aayog, Director AIMS DG ICMR, along with Delhi's Chief Secretary and Health Secretary. It was clearly noted that decisions were being implemented in a smooth and timely manner and a COVID response plan was finalized for Delhi. District-level teams for COVID-related tasks were also constituted. It was also informed in the meeting that the redrawing of containment zones, including all clusters of COVID outbreak in Delhi, would be completed by June 26 as per the timeline fixed. Completion of door-to-door health survey would also be done by June 30th. As per the directives of Home Ministry, discussions was done on the serological survey in Delhi, which will be carried out jointly by NCDC and Delhi government. Survey will begin from 27th of June. Training of all the concerned survey teams was completed yesterday. Home Minister Amit Shah also approved the combined use of Arogya Setu and Itihas apps as a strong predictive tools for future detection of COVID outbreaks in population clusters. Training on combined use of apps was imparted by NCDC traders to the district teams of the Delhi government yesterday. And Vande Bharat mission continues to bring distressed Indians back home. The evacuation operation in its third phase. One Kochi-bound flight will bring passengers evacuated from Muscat, Oman today. People expressed joy and thanked the government for bringing them back home. Another Thiruvananthapuram-bound flight will be bringing stranded people from Qatar. The Vande Bharat mission, which began on May 7th, will enter its fourth phase on July 1st. And moving on to the next story, complete lockdown will be imposed in Guwahati from Sunday midnight for 14 days. Health Minister of Assam, Dr. Himanta Biswa Sharma, said that this at a press conference. Emergency service will be allowed and only pharmacy hospitals will remain open. Essential item shops, fruits and vegetable shops will remain closed. This lockdown will be a stricter one than the earlier lockdown. From today evening, curfew is imposed in Assam from 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. Weekend lockdown in town committees and municipalities will be imposed from tomorrow onwards, and villages will be exempted from it. Critical infrastructure constructions like Ganesh Guri, flyover, Baghjan area, etc. will be exempted from it. And that was all in this edition of Doordarshan News. Keep watching for other news and updates, and also you can follow the social media apps. Till then, namaskar.